Many might think that it's changing lives is going to be a big statement, maybe too big of a statement, but given how all the pre-sales went today, I don't know. I think that is kind of applicable here because our second story is all about the pre-sales for Avengers Endgame tickets. They went online today and there was some chaos. I mean, people got tickets, which is a great thing. But, I mean, really, this thing kind of broke the internet or a whole bunch of different corners of the internet. It's absolutely crazy. And Fandango sent out a press release today, and they're saying that Endgame crushed the record set by Star Wars The Force Awakens for the first day U.S. sales record. And it crushed that record within 6 hours, which is just crazy to me. So it is official. Avengers Endgame is the top-selling title in its first 24 hours of sales on Fandango. All right, first question for you guys. Did you guys buy Avengers Endgame tickets this morning, and did you have any problems?
I woke up at 5:55 a.m.
Of course you
did. I prepared myself to get tickets. I then logged into AMC A-List, which did not work, and then I waited for 2 hours, and I refreshed, and I loaded, and I read a book.
And then you lost your place in line?
Yeah, because I didn't want to use my phone because I was afraid that was part of the problem, so I put my phone down, and then I came back to my phone, and it was like disconnected. I was just in that red screen where it just showed the blanks.
This sounds like it's worse than Hotel Apocalypse for SDCC.
It was like Burning Man tickets. Anyone that goes to Burning Man knows. It was like Burning Man tickets. So I got back in line.
Never been to Burning
I had a whole
Don't
thing.
know what that is.
It's like SDCC meets Hotel Apocalypse. So I ended up giving up and actually going in person to buying tickets. I literally
That's what somebody tweeted.
I went in 1994 and I drove and I picked up tickets at a box office.
It disturbs me that being an option never goes on. Said it right now.
Well, Perry's like, wait a minute, you can do that? You can go in person? You can go in person?
I went analog. I went analog.
Long ago that we were doing that. I don't know where my mind is right now.
Because it was before the phone and before the internet, so I went. I didn't want to try the phone.
It was called face-to-face communication.
I went to a box office.
That's how things work.
That's why they call it a box office. Someone sits in a box and sells you things.
So here's my story. I got up this morning and I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and try on both of my phones. I have two phones that were connected to the Wi-Fi. I was with both. I went to the AMC A-List and I was like, get it. And it just went, your place in line. First I was like, your place in line is over an hour. I was like, okay, it shouldn't be that long. Then I looked at how long the green thing stayed at the same spot and an hour and a half had passed. Yep. I said, is my internet not working? I went and checked the router in my apartment and then I could not get through for over 3 hours. So I tweeted out, I couldn't get these tickets, and I put up the gif of Simba after Mufasa died going, help! Someone help, because I could not get them. And luckily, shout out to PJ Campbell, who was like, I got an extra ticket if you want to go. And I gave him the gift of Dave Chappelle and Rick James going, give it to me, baby. Because that's now how I'm going to see Endgame.
Oh, round of applause for PJ.
PJ is back.
He always comes through. You guys weren't alone on this. So apparently what happened is if you logged into Fandango, you might have found yourself in a virtual queue for some theater chains, and you probably had to wait a while. AMC's website and ticketing app appeared to be down because of the high demand, and Atom Tickets was actually prepared for this rush, but a spokesperson for that company told CNN Business that Endgame sold 3 times more tickets on its site in the first hour of pre-sales than Infinity War. For all of these reasons, I said I am taking that really big swing right now. We've been talking about it for weeks. I thought it was completely out of the realm of possibility. I think that Avengers Endgame is going to wind up being the very first movie of all time to cross the $300 million mark opening weekend alone. This is unprecedented. I've never heard so many people, and I'm not just talking about in our little Collider bubble, outside of it, basically wake up at crazy hours to buy tickets. I know someone who went to a very important doctor appointment this morning and was sitting on his phone trying to get tickets, stressing about not getting them. This is a game-changing event, and I think it's going to cross 300 million.
Sitting in the middle of a prostate exam, talking about some, hold on, doctor, for a second.
I hid the details there.
Like, let me get this. I think I've told you this before when we were on here together. It will definitely do that. I can't wait till they come out with the amount that these pre-sales are, because that'll be the telltale sign right there. Whatever the pre-sale number, we just know everybody's been crashing, everybody's been getting it. Like you said, I've seen people on Facebook from back home in Chicago, and everybody was like, I tried to get my tickets, I couldn't. When they release the numbers of how much the pre-sale is, that'll tell you if for sure it's going to hit 300 million. I believe it will anyway. I'm with you. I think it's going to hit it for sure. But that pre-sale number is going to be like, yep, it's a guarantee.
I'm also going to double down and be full coy hyperbolic. I think by the 5-year round of re-releases that it'll inevitably have, you re-release all these movies, their box offices stack up. You've re-released Titanic how many times, counting that as your re-release money? All those things. I think that this might be the very first movie to hit 3 billion worldwide. With a B. We got
with the re-releases.
With re-releases. Because we got 2 billion and change and 48 million for Infinity War.
Yeah.
And we've had more of a build-up for this. And I think that with re-releases, we'll get Infinity War will hit like 2.5 over life. And I think 3 billion might happen with re-releases for Endgame.